Hey, welcome back to SE Custom Designs. So, as promised, this is the reorg. This is part 2. I was horrified some time ago when I was looking at my own videos to see what do we got out there. Well, we have about 300 plus videos now. We have 174 subscribers. Thank you, subscribers. They're coming in steadily throughout the week, which is awesome. At any rate, why are we doing this? So, what happens over time in your own wood shop? Love to hear your stories too, my friends. Is that we get a little bit complacent, I would say, and we just throw this piece of wood over there and chuck that clamp over there, and well, we just get lazy. Well, I know I do. So at any rate, what I did, this is probably like the third time I've done a little bit of reorg. So I took the time not only to clean up, but also to think about how do I use my wood shop today. And if woodworking is a passion and you have a wood shop, you know that you're just doing this. You're just trying to make it a better machine. You want to work and make sense with where things are, etc. So what you're seeing now is my reorg, and I'm going to explain it. Now, this is the third time I'm doing this video today because I just make it too long. I'm so windy with words, but let's give it a try. I'm just going to explain what you're seeing as we go along, okay? Ignore that big pile of wood, the wood rack. That's the next step. Okay, I can't even get anything out of that. I'm like a hoarder now. I'm literally a hoarder. I got to stop that nonsense. All right. We have this bench here is my main work surface. Okay? This is a 16-foot bench I made out of 4x4, 2x6 construction. Really, really strong. Got quite a few tools under there. So not too much has changed under there, except that I moved all of the projects that I've made, not all of them. I've moved a lot of projects that I had finished for shows and put them under there. Well, last year, Woodstock, for example. All right. This is the second bag or box, right? Where I have things that I have lying around the shop, and you guys know what I'm talking about. You got things in your shop, you don't even know what you have in your shop. At least I know that this dude is always with me. All right, that's just weird. The beard is coming along, isn't it? Isn't it nice? All right, okay, enough of that. So the reorg. I now can move, again, my radial arm saw down pretty much for the most of the length of my bench. This guy here, I wasn't using him as much. This is my first bandsaw, Rikon. And then we got another one. We'll see that shortly. So that's at the right-hand side of the bench. Then we have my pencils. Got the card scrapers and the sharpener for it, right? And really, this guy got to stay. This is the oscillating spindle sander by Rigid. Look up that video, please. We did a review on that. That gets to stay here because I'm always using it. And it's not in the way of the Jet bandsaw. Okay, so nothing's going to go behind here really, right? So this can just stay. Got all the room. I made a little bit of an improvement where I can now move this bandsaw over into this area here. Okay, so that's pretty awesome. All right, so this guy here has been on wheels for some time. All right, but I did put my micro jigs. Look that episode up here because it's in the general area where I'll be using them a lot, right? We have our router table, which is down in there. I can lift it quickly into service here. That's pretty much been there for a while. You just might not know that. I did a total cleanup inside here. So all of my sanders are readily accessible. The sandpaper they're using are under them or in close proximity. The fasteners didn't do anything new there. They're all down there still. This here has been cleaned up too. So we have more sanders in here. Look up this guy here has thousands of hits on it. Folks must like that video and looking up that product, as well as sandpaper up there. So that's all cleaned up. You know, even though you can close the doors and you know there might be a mess behind there, it's not settling in the mind, is it? It makes me uncomfortable anyways. I totally cleaned up this area too. All right, totally cleaned this up. So everything is organized. I can quickly know what is in there. My routers are in the back. I have 2 routers. A pin gun, just got that. Looked up that review. This guy here. So we got our tools organized. Biscuit joiner, all kinds of tools down there, right? That's cleaned up. Boy, does it make me feel good. I did a reorg on the pegboard. What I decided to do is just put old tools that are still, you can use them to this day, right? But I put some old tools on the pegboard. And so that's nice and pretty, wouldn't you say, folks? I got each size chisel. Now, these are cheap chisels. But I can, and I got my sharpener here, and I've got other stones. I've got other places to sharpen them. Got scooper chisels. Got rasps that are concave. Got these bits here, and I got rockler bits that are over here at the drill center. Okay, so all of my clamps are hung back up again. I know exactly where I can find them all, from the pipe clamps, which are taller than me, all the ways down to the small ones, which we'll show you in a sec. So all those clamps, that's the same, just cleaned it up. This is all cleaned up now. This is the dust booth that I made. Has an LED light in it. That can still live there. That's the table saw sled that goes here. Big change here. This table saw used to be over here. Now I have this, which can be moved real easily. Just unlock the wheel, right? And I have this guy here. So we got our planer, which is sitting on this unit that can move quickly. I can move these very quickly out of the way and have all of this space, right? But what's up with the table saw? In the past, you can see in my previous videos that I would have the table saw here, right? And I would have like 3 inches, my friends, of space to push that, to rip the board. I would have to move this, or whatever was here, I'd have to move it. No longer, my friends. And that's the whole idea behind a reorg. Think about what space you have and how you can best utilize it. I can very quickly move this guy over here, and I have more than enough room to rip a 4x8 in this direction. Oh, my Lord. I'm a happier camper now. Okay, so that was a huge improvement. You know, how do you even get into these situations where tools aren't where they should be? Well, you start on day one, you know, and I built this. This isn't going anywhere. It takes 4 men to move this if I needed to move it right or left. By the way, I made it so it can come apart, because you know this is coming with me when I move from this place. All right, so we have also reorged this pegboard. All right, it's got saws and various things there. I redid this pegboard a little bit. Okay, I can breathe. I have my shop back. So I have this new rule. It's called the 10-second rule. The 10-second rule is basically, if I cannot find a tool in 10 seconds, then I'm not organized. I need to be able to find it. I don't even want to know how much time I've wasted looking for this or looking for that. So earmuffs, always going to go there, right? Things that you use all the time to protect your ears. Tape measure, all kinds of measuring instruments in here, this little mirror, things like that. They all have their place, okay? So, well, hopefully you enjoyed the reorg. I tell you what, I have a new sense of freedom here in my shop. And the goal really is as soon as you do something, put it back. It sounds so simple. But the way I got into the mess this last time through, was just being so busy and just tossing things quickly out of the way instead of at the end of the day fixing things up. Okay. I also moved this cool saw that was otherwise over here hiding behind the new SE Custom Design sign. So I like these old saws. They actually still work, my friends. Isn't that cool? All right. Stay tuned for the next video. We do a video a week. I'm still out of work, so I have to be careful with my right hand. Thank you, folks, for chiming in and asking me how I'm doing. The wrist, it got fractured, and it's still healing. So I left these books here. I'm not a salesman for any of these books. That's my disclaimer, right? But in the event, we know there's the internet, right? And it all depends on how sharp you are with your searches and if you're going to get what you need. But through the years, I get these types of magazines and I get ideas out of them. Plus, there's nice contests in there too that you can win stuff if you send in information. This is the ultimate bandsaw box book. Adana goes over everything you need to set up your shop, okay, for making bandsaw boxes. I mean, really, the main tool is a bandsaw, obviously, and a sander, I would say, and all those sanders that you saw in there. So then what about reputable companies? Grizzly. I bought my very first Grizzly product not too long ago, and I did a review on that. That would be the oscillating spindle sander. That's mobile. Pick it up, move it, my friends. That is just stellar. Now, Steve, they're doing away with catalogs. Actually, no, they're coming back with them. So they realize once you walk away from the computer, you may have lost your thought, and you're still going to be able to remember to look something up or whatever. So there you go. So notice this guy here is up there. I came across that. This and this in Vermont. I bought those. So, when I lived in Israel, when I lived in Israel, I used to use these guys. I still use this guy, of course, but everything was hand tools there, right? We weren't allowed to use anything that was electric. So, how can I forget? The dust collector, the jet dust collector, used to live over here-ish, right? And yeah, it was in my way. Anytime I had to walk around the thing just to come over and use the bandsaw, right? Or to get over here into the cabinets. It now lives in the central area. Well, Steve, why don't you have it all ductwork and, PVC pipe? Well, that's going to happen. But I can quickly connect this guy up to the dust booth, right? Pull out my planer, connect to the sander, connect to the jet bandsaw, and also connect to the table saw. So that was something I thought long and hard of. So go ahead and look around your wood shop and ask yourself some key questions. Can you find it in 10 seconds? What you're looking for? I don't really use that anymore. Don't throw it away. Put it in a bag and sell it. The first time I ever did that was a couple of weeks ago. I instantly sold tools that I no longer used. In 4 hours, I sold them. And so I'm saying keep a bag or a box around and throw it in the bag when you're not using it. Be honest, it's kind of hard, isn't it? You get things along the journey, and that's that. So, all right, 10-second rule, get a bag and put things in them. Then the trash bag, use it. I'm so tempted when I cut some pieces of wood. Oh my God, I got to save that piece of wood. No, you don't. I mean, not to be a hypocrite, I'm going to show you that I take wood and I join it together. These guys down there were pieces of pine, and I made bandsaw boxes out of them, like specifically this guy here, right? Still working on it. But, hoarding isn't the answer. It's being smart with what you got, okay? So, at any rate, I think that's it, my friends. I'm going to do the next video, I think, is going to be what are the basic tools that you need as a startup. It's going to be my opinion. I like the Wood Whisperer, Mr. Spagnola. I love that guy and his wife, the banter they have back and forth, and he makes woodworking fun. That's my goal. I think I started out a little bit too serious, and if anybody who knows me knows that I'm a character. I'm a musician. I play keyboard, guitar, harps, and weird things like this, you know. And I just like to have a good time. But for whatever reason, when I got in front of the video, I was like, must be serious, must be serious. People won't listen to me if I'm not really serious. I don't think so. Life's too short. So at any rate, thank you for coming into my shop. I'm going to end the video the way I started it. Oh, whoops. Yeah, I move these guys because I use them all the time. These clamps right behind me so I can grab them quickly. But I'm going to end it over here. That's where I started part 1. I got to upload this guy to YouTube and pull the videos together, part 1 and part 2. Thanks again for coming into my shop, guys. We really appreciate it. Please subscribe to my channel. If you like what you're seeing, spread the word for us. We're trying to get our count up, and it is going up every week. We have several new subscribers to SC Custom Designs. And don't forget, when you hit subscribe, there's the bell. Click the bell, and you will be notified of new videos that come out of SC Custom Designs Woodshop. Thanks. God bless. Take care. Be safe in the woodshop.